How real was it for you?
How real was it? It was someone had my son. Someone had my son, who I had heard crying and screaming in the background, covering his mouth with a gun to him.
30 minutes, he says, of complete terror. Jamie Heath had no idea he was being conned, but this is no ordinary hoax. Here's another actual call.
If you call the cops, I'm going to hang up on you, and you're not going to see your family member, not even to bury them.
An extortion scheme so paralyzing, the feds call it a violent crime. FBI Special Agent Eric Arbuthnot.
The victims also are wealthy architects, doctors, lawyers, professional people. Get the phone call, make the payment.
Heath is a music producer and lives in Los Angeles. Investigators say a recent target for the extortionists. He was inside his home when he got the call.
I hear him say, they're going to hurt me, they're going to shoot me. What are they going to... And then while he's talking, I hear, they're going to shoot me. And then I hear someone cover his mouth. Then someone grabs the phone and says, is this Nack's dad? Listen to me closely. How you respond in the next 20 seconds determine whether or not you see your son again.
So right from the start, you thought it was your son?
Oh yeah, it wasn't think it just was my son.
He rushed to his bank to withdraw cash.
I parked there in that driveway in there. I ran out frantically down the street here, ran into the bank through those glass doors.
Once inside, he got a text from his wife
that said, Nack is safe. He's at school.
That's when he finally called his son.
He sounded terrified to the point where I was scared.
I'm keeping him on the phone.
So if you think you'd never fall for this, meet Rebecca Pogue. She got her call in Orange County, another high target area. What was the day like in here?
Totally typical day of school.
She teaches 7th grade and was waiting for a call about the pizza she'd ordered. So the phone rings in the classroom.
Yes.
What do you hear?
Instead of a pizza guy, I hear a young voice, sounds just like my 15-year-old daughter, saying, Mom, they have me.
So you thought for sure that was your daughter on the phone?
100%.
But just like that, she says, her daughter Abby's voice was gone, replaced with a man giving explicit instructions.
He goes, go get your purse, go get your keys, we're going for a ride. And I go, okay. He goes, do it right now or I'm gonna hurt your daughter.
She says he told her to drive straight to the bank and keep him on the phone, warning her, don't talk to a soul.
He said, pull out money. I said, okay, so I go to the ATM? And he goes, no, I want you to go inside. And he goes, you're gonna pull out as much as they let you pull out. I tell her I have to go.
So Pogue raced to leave. At her car, she began the short drive to the bank. At this point, would you have taken out any amount of money you had to give it to make this thing go away?
I would have done anything. As much money as they would let me take out, I would take out the max amount.
What she didn't know, while she was scrambling, other teachers at the school had been calling her family and found out Abby was safe at home. It wasn't until Pogue pulled up here to the bank that she saw her daughter calling in on the other line.
This was actually the exact spot that I was in.
This is exactly
right here. I could see in the bank. I could see. It was really traumatic right here because this is when I got the call from her that she was okay.
What we saw is that we're going to really focus on places where we think there's a lot of money. And guess what? They were successful. They found the richest areas in the U.S.
According to the FBI, versions of the scheme have been around for about a decade. But it wasn't until recent years that agents made a startling discovery while pouring through victims' phone records. Arbuthnot says they found calls made to people across Beverly Hills were coming in from one place.
Our investigation has revealed, for the most part, these phone calls are being made by prisoners in foreign countries, mostly prisoners in Mexico.
So you're telling me that Mexican prisoners have this terrifying scheme down to a science?
Yes. We're talking about thousands of phone calls over the last few years.
This is undercover video aired by the Mexican broadcast network Imagen. It was taken inside a prison in Mexico City. The people you see on the phone here are inmates, according to investigators, casually making cold calls right out in the open. So these prisoners are really hoping to strike it rich with these calls.
Absolutely. The whole point of this for them is to make money fast, make as much money as possible. And that's why they target certain area codes in the United States that they think have rich people.
Do all of these victims report it?
This crime is one of the most underreported crimes that we see.
The call to Rebecca Pogue came in from a Mexican number.
The area code was really weird. I didn't recognize it. And then underneath the phone number, it said Mexico.
We tried to call that number back.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Looks like this number isn't in service anymore.
Yeah, point leaves it.
The call to Jamie Heath, also from Mexico. Do you think you'll ever forget that experience?
No. No, because for me,